I just finished my first show in my lifetime.
We're done.
I'm very lucky to have my first catwalk and the first show done with Hermès. I really want to share what I've seen inside and how I feel after working 6 days with Hermès. It's a different point of view from before because I've never worked with a luxury brand. This is a very good chance to tell you what I see from the inner side of the brand. I've did a lot of research and tried to observe as much as I can to finish this video. So I hope you like this video. This is going to be my last video before I start to work again. I got a job which is public relations and marketing in a brand. So I might not post a video so often after I start to work, but I'll try to keep up with it all the time. I can't wait to tell you what I've seen in Hermès. Hermès rarely launch their high jewelry collection, unlike the others. So this time, Guy Hardy, the creative director for Hermès Jewelry, and he is also a dancer, created a collection called Enchantement Libre. It had already been exhibited in Paris, Shanghai, Tokyo, Hong Kong, and the last stop is Taiwan. So to present this show, Hermès this time decided to invite a choreographer named Christian Rizzo to create a dual dance for the opening and also throughout the whole show. It is combined with a dance performance and at the same time present the collection of this time. The brand didn't use models as usual to wear jewelries, but instead they're using dancers this time. So that's why I have the opportunity to have a chance to walk on the catwalk for Hermès. All of this began with I got this offer one day before the casting. I was kind of confused at first because I'm only 160 centimeters, that is 5 feet 3. So for the height like me, how am I able to walk on a catwalk? Because normally girls have to be 168 centimeters at least to walk on a catwalk. Although I wasn't sure, I still went for the first round of the casting. So on that day, we were asked to introduce ourselves in English and to walk around, and they'll shoot it in a video and then send it to Paris. The next day in the afternoon, I thought, oh, I might not get into the second round because I'm too short. But instead, I got the news I'm able to go into the second round. I was kind of surprised because I wasn't that confident about walking on the catwalk. So for the second round, the people from Hermès will come from Paris. They will pick 12 dancers to present their jewelry this time. So I'm very lucky to be picked as the shortest model this time. I'm very grateful and very happy for this opportunity. On the same day, after all the casting we did the fitting right after. Next 4 days, we have rehearsal and practice. For these 4 days, we have to memorize all the walk and cultivate teamwork with other 11 dancers. Before walking for Hermès, I've known that Hermès is more than just a luxury brand. All of their bags, leather goods, were made in France. Each product is entirely manufactured by hand and by only one craftsman. That's why it's so hard to get a bag from Hermès, even though you got the money to spend. From this, you can see it signifies the quality of the craftsmanship and uniqueness of its product. So every bag is different. You'll never get the same bag from Hermès. The brand had always placed a strong emphasis on its quality. Through the whole process, I've seen Sontra, which is the stylist this time for the show. She is very detail oriented. She was with us for the first day until the last day. She kept checking our clothes, the length and everything. Not even an inch difference or the wrinkles on the shirts or pants or dust on the clothes are acceptable. The performing clothes had been adjusted and fixed several times. Because of the fabric that the pants was made of, it will change the length while we're walking. The fabric is kind of unstable. That's why the lady have to keep fixing. Also, we were asked to stand all the time after we put on forming clothes because if we sit on a chair, it might create the wrinkles, and the wrinkles are not acceptable on the stage. See how Hermès is serious about the high standard they're maintaining through generations. Next, I want to talk about how I feel after the whole show ended. So it is the first time that I understand a brand from the inner side. Although it's only a few days with them, I've seen a lot from us being a guest and just come here and see the whole show for less than an hour. Couldn't relate and seen what's happening inside and what's happening while we are preparing for the whole thing. I've used to been to a lot of fashion show with several brands, but I have never really worked with a luxury brand before. I want to talk about a sentence that Pierre Hardy said to the Apple News reporter. He said that even with one single anchor, it is formed by thousands of anchors. I could really see the sentence happening every moment through the show. I've seen this not just on a jewelry this time, but every product, every show with Hermès. If there's not so many put all their efforts in it, it wouldn't reach such a high valuable luxury brand and its iconic status. Working with Hermès this time made me realize even just a very tiny little thing or something that seems as simple as it might take the other a lot of time, and you will never know how much people devote into it. Although we might not understand all of the things and time that people put into it, at least we can learn to appreciate everything that we owned and got. This is one of the most simple things that we could do to make the life that we're living into a better world. So after these 6 days with Hermès, it doesn't turn me into a person who would want to achieve for what I didn't have, but start to cherish what I already have, and by this maximize the usage of what I've owned. These high jewelry and all the fashion might seem far and unreachable for most of us, but to discover the story behind is always very interesting. You'll know everything starts with some very simple thoughts and things, and it is not something only the rich could relate. A lot of my friends, even myself, sometimes always focus on what we didn't have, and with this thought, we could never find the happiness in our life. All of the luxury products that were created, I believe, was never made to bring the misery into our life, but to make our life even better. Don't ever take the thing for granted is the last sentence that I want to share with all of you. And I hope this video would help you to get to know Hermès from the other side. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I have far